So basically, there are three root causes of desires. The understanding is very simple. In the Sanskrit, we have the word Sat-Chit-Ananda. And Sat-Chit-Ananda are the qualities of the soul. Yeah? We have the super consciousness, divinity, God, who is the ocean. And the soul is the drop in the ocean. But the droplet, has the same quality like the ocean, right? But the quantity is different. So we all have this unique quality of Sat-Chit-Ananda, means eternity, knowledge, and bliss. And the funny part on this is everything in our life is based on this concept. Eternity, nobody wants to die. Everybody wants to live. Knowledge, everyone wants to know who am I, who is this world, where I'm going after death, how to pay my bills, how to clean the toilet, how to fix a car, whatever knowledge. It's all the same knowledge. Yeah, the desire for knowledge. Yeah. And love, happiness, bliss. We all hankering for enjoyment. Yeah. These are the natural qualities and desires of the soul. Everyone has. Everyone, you, me, every single person runs on these three desires. So now we can fulfill the desires, yeah, on a material level with breathing, air, yeah, breath, survival, food, and water. Yeah, food is the highest form of expression of love. Okay, on a bodily platform, you also have sex, but food is what really keeps the body alive. Yeah, it's more about survival. Because the body is dead, the body needs air, the body needs water, the body needs food. The desire to live forever is expressed in sex, because then you can manifest yourself in another person, and so you live forever in the body of someone else. If you sit in a closed room, yeah, the window is open and you breathe and you close the window, maybe you have the AC on, you still breathe, yeah, but you breathe just air, but no prana. On a more subtle level, on the physical level, yeah, this desires of knowledge, bliss, and eternity expresses itself in drinking, eating, and breathing. So on a more subtle level, we also have those desires, and this desires expresses in coming in touch with water energy, yeah, by going into water, the water element, but also by sitting in meditation. It's also the water moving, yeah, doing, we say, static exercises. Then we have the knowledge, the fire energy, the masculine energy, which we can access by sunlight, by fasting, yeah, to knowledge, drinking green juices, lots of sun energy, by going into sauna. And then we have the energy of prana. And prana we can only access in nature. The younger we are, the more prana we can access. The older we get, the more difficult it is. If we run, for example, outside, we will access a lots of prana energy, life force. Yeah, these three energies are expressed in tejas, yeah, the fire, the masculinity, ojas, yeah, the love, the water, the feminine, and prana, the life force. So those desires we find in tejas, prana, and ojas. And when we run, for example, then we access prana energy. If you run in a gym, you don't access prana because you breathe inside the room, right? So you don't have any access to prana. How sad is that? But if you go after the run outside in nature, because your channels will be open, then you also automatically access prana. As simple. So on a mental level, that the mind functions properly, yeah, the subtle body is cleansed, we always need to find a way to access water energy, fire energy, yeah, sunlight, sauna, fasting, water, swimming, second, so swimming or sitting, yeah, doing a static exercise, and the prana energy we get outside in nature, going into the mountains, going for a run, breathing fresh air. So on a more spiritual level, how it can get really satisfied on a soul level, yeah, not on a mental and physical level. Prana expresses by spiritual practice, by association with spiritual, like-minded people. Then we get this energy of prana activated in the main energy channel along the spine. On the right side, Pingala Nadi, yeah, the sun, the masculinity, the logical side, connected to the left side of the brain, we can access by spiritual knowledge, by listening to spiritual literature, by reading spiritual books, by listening to spiritual podcast interviews, by listening to spiritual teachers. We can access this urge of knowledge on a spiritual level and we get truly fulfilled and to access real bliss, yeah, not just from water energy or from food, is actually through prayers, through meditation, yeah, by connecting with the feminine side, the moon side, the cooling side. When you connect with divinity, when you pray, when you experience yourself on a soul level and connect with God, then you will achieve true happiness. And then everything will fall into place. So those three desires expresses in so many levels. Yeah. You can satisfy your material needs by having sex, by eating food, by drinking, by breathing. Yeah, then we have contamination or kind of a reflection of that would be blockage of the air channel would be you smoke, the fire channel would be you smoke marijuana, and the water energy means you drink alcohol. Yeah, and so on. This goes in all details in our life. So you can satisfy those needs, but you create more disturbance, more dependency, more blockages. Yeah, and even on a mental level, if you fulfill by swimming, connecting with water, by sitting still, by doing static exercise, by running, by activate the prana, by going to the mountains, by fasting, connecting to the sunlight. Yeah, you get also purified, but also it will be temporary pleasure because if we don't go to the soul level and we really um, experience deep, everlasting joy, knowledge, bliss, and this sense of existence, now you would say, I'm not afraid of death. And then you see someone dying and you can't look at it. Yeah. You will be so terrified if someone in front of you just dies now. Yeah. Means you still are afraid of death, for example, because we don't understand that we are eternal, that the soul doesn't die. When the body leaves this world, the soul will be still there. The soul just travels from body to body. So everything, all our qualities, all our desires, everything originates from Sat, eternity, existence, Chit, consciousness, awareness, knowledge, and Ananda,